Okay, so part 4, let's continue to diagnose the problems with this gun. So as of yesterday, a lot more people obviously have had this gun now, and the issues are starting to come out pretty much. And what it essentially seems to come down to universally for everybody is, one, this gun is very undersprung. My understanding is Springfield shipped these with a 9-pound spring. I have no way of verifying that because I don't have a spring weight or anything, but evidently the stock spring that came with the Prodigy is a 9-pound spring, at least for the 5-inch model. And that is, according to some chart, that's just enough for minor power stuff, but obviously no. So I do have a 12-pound Wilson Combat spring on order, shipping in, and from my understanding, a lot more people have had success with the 12-pound springs than the 9-pound spring that it comes with. The second part is, so I completely stripped the whole Prodigy down to parts, just to kind of diagnose at a base level if it's even the slide having issues with fitment. So here's where we're at. So as you can see there, slide on rails right now is absolutely butter, right? So I think for this part, we're cool. You know, there's not a whole ton of friction that I can feel. So the problem, as a lot of other people have been mentioning, has been this guy, the disconnector. Let's see if I can't get her to focus. There we go. So this disconnector, whenever it sits in the gun, I don't want to call it sits proud or whatever you want to call it, but this ledge on the disconnector is either severe enough or, you know, however, maybe it's got a hook to it. But essentially, this disconnector halts forward momentum of the slide as it either shoots forward or goes forward or does whatever. And that's what's causing some of the decreased slide velocity. Is one, the spring's not strong enough, and then two, you've got more or less a ginormous, in relatively speaking, an air brake at the bottom of your handgun that's dragging on the slide, and those two together, you know, obviously is just going to cause issues. So here's what we're going to do. Like I said, we already got the 12-pound recoil spring on order. I'm going to buff this out, not remove material, just buff it out, see if I can't remove at least some of the heavy edges. Yeah, see, there's a kind of a pronounced shelf there at the end. So we're going to see if we can at least buff out the edges here just a little bit and see if that won't make things slide. As most other people have been saying, these parts are all more or less MIM. I don't know if I'm good enough of a 1911 shooter to even know the difference, to be honest. Just being real with myself here. So it might work, might not work. But anyways, we're gonna buff this out, see if we can't get this to be kind of this buttery smooth. So as you can see, I mean, it'll slide on its own power. So starting to think this is less of a slide fitment issue and more of, well, you just have this thing sticking up and dragging on everything. So I know there's been a lot of negativity with this lately in the last week since it's reviewed, and I've already seen posts that you know, this has been gone from must-have to must-skip. I don't think I'd necessarily say that yet. I just think it's like every other product so far. You know, everything's got teething issues when it comes out, because it's a lot easier to control quality if you're only sending it to the 9 gun tubers that actually do something. But once you actually start releasing stuff to the mass market, I mean, hopefully they would have done their homework by then, but I mean, not giving up faith yet. I still like the gun. So we'll see.